I put multiple seeds in each large block, and then I plant this whole chunk every 6 inches in all directions. Whether you dream of being a flower farmer or you just want to grow flowers for your kitchen table, I'm Lisa Mason Ziegler, and I grew cut flowers commercially for nearly 25 years. Now, as an author and online course instructor, I hope to inspire the next generation of growers. I'm glad you're here. Let's jump in. So today I am planting our cut flower kale. And cut flower kale is an ornamental. It grows really tall and straight if you grow it really tight. And what I have learned to do through the years, we grow them in soil blocks, is I put multiple seeds in each large block, and then I plant this whole chunk every 6 inches in all directions. And that just really crowds them in, which makes the stems thinner, it makes them grow taller, and they're really, really beautiful. So let's see how I do it. You can see I have a whole tray. This is crane white. So you might be able to tell that I have used our flower support netting, which is got 6-inch squares on it, to just help me to align the plants pretty perfectly. You know, we don't lose an inch here or an inch there, and when you are a small space farmer like I am, that can really make a big difference. So this is the crane red that I have just planted. And next, we're going to plant white. You can see the roots are just absolutely perfect. So this is crane white, which is actually my favorite because it's the most versatile, right? And so the expectation is that these guys are going to be ready the second 2 weeks of November, like holiday decoration, right? Cut flower kale, y'all. And the roots are pretty scrumptious. So every plant has had a good, or block has had a good deep drink, and now we're going to cover these plants because they're members of the Brassicas family, and there are moths staring at me, I feel right now, just waiting to come over and lay their eggs on these to sprout into little caterpillars to eat holes in our cut flowers, and we're not having any of that. So I use our pre-arched wire hoops. One bag at the foot of each hoops, and these hoops are a little bit close, but once these plants get bigger, it's just nicer to have more support to hold the netting up. So let's get some netting. You know, I only started using insect netting probably 2 or 3 years ago. I just wasn't aware of how different it is from row cover. First off, it's nylon, it's stretchy, but more importantly to me, it allows more light in and more heat out. So, kale is of course a cool season hardy annual, and you don't want to trap heat in here, which is what a row cover would do, which is like row cover's job, right? So really love the netting. It's definitely more durable than row cover, but I have just found so many uses for cooling down cool flowers moving into the fall, as well as providing shade structures I make on these little hoops called sun caps to shade plants that have been planted on 97-degree days, y'all, and they survive. Amazing stuff. So I'll show you how I use it. This is its intended use, is to block the insects from getting to the plants to lay their eggs on it or to cause damage. And so this is the installation now. If I was using this out in the garden and these hoops were in fact like 10 feet apart, which is my normal spacing, I would have bags on this one, but this is pretty secure. Plus, this netting, because it's stretchy, it's not like row cover, because it's pulled taut end to end as well as side to side at the ends, it's pretty secure. So my friends, I will take the netting back off when I water, but we're good to go for a while. And this is cut flower kale getting ready for fall harvest.